I told my husband I don't want kids anymore because he refuses to get a vasectomy after we're done. My husband Mark and I have been together for 15 years, and we're finally at the point where we want to start trying for kids. We're both in our mid-30s, so we know we need to get moving if we want a family. We've talked about it for months and agreed on having 2 children maximum. Mark actually wanted 3 kids, but I made it clear that 2 is my absolute limit. Pregnancy is rough on your body, and at 35, I'm already considered high risk for complications. Plus, I have some health issues that make carrying babies more dangerous for me. Last week, we were lying in bed talking about random stuff when the topic of birth control came up. I mentioned how nice it would be if he got a vasectomy once we were done having our 2 kids, you know, so we wouldn't have to worry about accidents or me dealing with birth control side effects anymore. Mark's whole body tensed up and he goes, "I don't want to do that." I was confused because we'd never really discussed it before. I asked him why not, and he just kept saying, "Because I don't want to. I just don't want to do that to myself." Here's the thing though, I can't take birth control pills because they increase my stroke risk due to my medical history. I tried an IUD twice, and the first one caused so much bleeding I had to get it removed after 3 months. The second one worked okay, but it was still uncomfortable and caused weird side effects. We've been using condoms for years and we both hate them. They kill the mood and neither of us likes how they feel. But Mark seems to think that after we have kids, I should just go back to dealing with all the birth control options that have already caused me problems. I started thinking about it more and realized how unfair this whole situation is. He wants me to go through 2 pregnancies, which could seriously affect my health, but he won't consider a simple outpatient procedure that takes like 20 minutes. A vasectomy is way less invasive than any of the birth control methods I'd have to use. It's also more effective and permanent, but apparently asking him to do that is too much. Even though I'd be putting my body through years of pregnancy and childbirth for our family, the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. It felt like he didn't really care about my health or well-being, like he just expected me to handle all the physical burden of family planning while he gets to do nothing. So yesterday, I sat him down and told him I'd changed my mind about having kids. His face went completely white and he started asking why. I explained that if he's not willing to take responsibility for birth control after we're done having children, then I don't want to have children with him at all. He tried to argue that I was being dramatic, that we could figure something else out later, but I told him I've already tried everything else and it either didn't work or made me sick. A vasectomy is literally the only option left that makes sense. Mark got really upset and said I was basically giving him an ultimatum over a medical procedure he's not comfortable with. I told him that's exactly what it is. Either he's willing to do his part in family planning, or we're not having a family. Now he's barely speaking to me and keeps saying I'm throwing away 15 years together over something stupid. But honestly, if he'd rather leave me than get a vasectomy, then maybe he's not the right person to have kids with anyway.